Y'all know when y'all say certain channels have certain crowds or certain crews and all that. Truth told, I think we got the best.
You're goddamn right.
Because somebody had already pointed this out, and we made a video about it. They were right, and it just is what it is. The Visionary's number one.
He was number one.
Because YNW Melly had a hell of a time today in court. Or did he? Breaking. YNW Melly's witness tampering trial was set to begin today with jury selection. The state dropped the charges. These charges stemmed from allegations that Melly, through other inmates, convinced girlfriend Mariah not to cooperate in the murder trial. Reminder, the retrial on the double murder charges is set for next year. Next month on February 13th will mark 7 years since YNW Melly was arrested for double murder. His trial ended in a mistrial in July 2023. Damn, it's been that long? Anyways, the new trial isn't set to begin until January 2027. His defense team has tried to get him a bond multiple times. By the time his new trial begins, it will have been almost 8 years of incarceration without a conviction. Just crazy. Boom, right there real quick. Get that QR code. Get you $5, $5. As soon as you hit that QR code or tap the link in the description for free cash. Listen, read the reviews. You ain't got all this BS on that shit. Read the reviews. Thousands of reviews. The number one finance app in the whole entire marketplace. Get that QR code. Download the app. Put your stuff in real quick. You're going to get $5 on Nash. And you can win games, play games to win money. That's all you're doing. You're playing the little mobile app and all that. I guess Monopoly Go is the one y'all going with. So it is what it is. But get paid for playing games. Tap that QR code or hit the link in the description. That's free cash. $5 on Nash. So, what happened, Nash? You was giving the visionaries all the praise and all this stuff, and we don't really understand what the hell happened today. Well, there's going to be two videos that we play, right? The first video is going to be moi from a couple of days ago, because due to the information that we kind of skipped over, this person who told it like it was in the comments basically was right. Things that were pointed out or not pointed out that happened to be true. Somebody in the comments had said, and I completely missed it, so my forgiveness. They said, yo, Sonny Nash, bro. They said all this stuff happened afterwards, meaning they found all this crap after the alleged, what is it called, when this tampering happened. Okay. So the way in which it's being framed is that none of this stuff was actually happening during trial. This stuff was happening after trial, which I would say, well, it's a freaking, what is it called? God dang it. It's a retrial. So, they still have however many days to hold him and then retry him and all of this stuff. So if it happened around that time, one could debate, technically, that would not have been what they said it was. Because there's no trial. There's no charges. There's nothing. He's just being held. So I'm wondering if Carrie knew that, and Carrie gonna argue that, because that's what somebody put in the comments that apparently nobody else caught. If that's true, I'm like, hold on, bro. I didn't get a chance to go back and watch it because you know how I go over here, bro. When you doing the news, you doing the news. You just doing the news. But if that's true, that's a hell of a fight right there. And then them basically getting all of this stuff 10 days before, I could see in the next day or two, we got a whole week to do this because Wednesday is when we have the trial coming up. I can absolutely freaking see these cats going, man, shit. Hold on, hold the front door wide the hell open. Y'all telling me that y'all gonna give this to us now? While we gotta go to trial on Wednesday? Nah, we need an emergency motion so we can go ahead and duke this out in front of everybody. Because first off, you can see how, bro. I hate to say it this way. This right here don't need to come in. Too late to the game. Sorry. But fine. I don't know, bro. He might not be still pissed off with the freaking state. So we will see, because last I checked, last I seen, And remember when we deep dived on this channel and we looked into Carrie Hall and we found out Carrie Hall is a damn good attorney. She ain't nothing to be played with. She what you call in Florida. You see what I'm saying? She a real alligator out there. So that sound like Louisiana. My bad, y'all. Anyways, Carrie Hall basically BTA. Because there was motions being thrown out. There were things in particulars that needed to be shown and all this shit. And it looked like the state just wasn't ready again. Y'all took another L because if y'all remember, YNW Portland had his witness tampering charges dropped as well. And y'all called my son a snitch. That's insanity. Y'all ready for this? Take a listen to the amazing Cat Not Williams. And if you like what she says, go on over there and subscribe to her channel as well.
Going to be a short stream because I think a lot of people were looking for this hearing. Quick review. Last hearing, I think this played a role. I think what I think was great lawyering from Melly's team last hearing might be why we had this decision to drop at the last minute. The other stuff I saw on the docket, the defense said they plan to call Mariah Hamilton, MH, the witness that was intimidated. Other than that, if you missed the last hearing, here's some of what happened. The state agreed to sever count 2 from counts 1, 3, and 5. They were going to shrink down for the purposes of this trial to count 1, count 3, and count 5. So they severed and bifurcated a lot of the stuff relating to the gangs. But these rulings, so we had the judge deferred on a motion to exclude co-conspirator hearsay statements. I'm not sure if a decision was made there. Judge granted a motion to exclude mention of plea deals for Cortland and Bortland Henry. So if you want to talk about how other people pled guilty to this type of witness intimidation, you might have to call them. And I don't think the state wanted to do that. The judge denied the motion to exclude mention of the underlying capital felony. Granted, with a caveat, if the doors opened, the defense motion to exclude YNW Melly's song lyrics. Deferred on motion to exclude 2018 and 2019 phone records from various social media accounts. But anything that was previously excluded with the prior judge is staying out. Let's see. Where was the most important one? So the defense motion to exclude evidence of alleged drug smuggling at the jail was granted. Here, I think we have some... on count 2, the judge denied the motion to dismiss, but granted the defense motion for a statement of particulars. So the state had to identify particulars of when did this intimidation occur? Be specific. I never saw that filed, by the way. And the defense also requested additional time to file a motion to suppress. So never had that. They were supposed to be talking amongst themselves. And yeah, I thought it was going to be interesting. Are we going to get some of these calls, these letters that we heard about at the hearing in? And the state had mentioned, that ruling, Your Honor, could you make it before trial starts? Because depending on how you rule, that's going to shape our strategy with this case. So I think these rulings played a major part in this decision here, not to move this case forward. So there will be 2027, the YNW Melly double murder trial, the retrial, and no witness tampering trial. The state has now dismissed those charges.
All right, man. All right. Let's do it the best way possible. There was no witness tampering. But Nash, they tried to say all of this shit was really real and it was really whatever. The moment that we seen officers and Mariah Hamilton on the freaking defensive side is the moment that y'all knew it was all bad. And we seen something close like this before. If you will allow me, hit that like button real quick. I'm going to give you a telltale of it all, right? When you can kind of tell the case is going in the defense's favor. Remember on Hernandez Govan trial when they called in the freaking cop who inspected the car and told y'all there was no broken glass, there was no doggone cleaning solution, there was no blood in the goddamn car, even though allegedly Straight Drop and Cornbread got shot up and dude shot through the freaking window and Cornbread allegedly came through to clean up the car? But you don't have those three things? So you had Detective Moretti, Mariah, and a couple other detectives coming in for the defense side, and the freaking prosecution wanted to bring in lyrics? Lyrics about what? The alleged evidence based on what our... I can't... Damn, whoever you are, bruh, come claim your credit, man. He basically said, yo, Nash, you and Cuff Boys, y'all didn't point out the simple fact that they're alleging all of this shit happened after trial had finished. How the hell is that witness tampering? Now, I'm assuming, this is just assumptions, I think you guys would assume as well, that this is basically said, oh, we found this out by working backwards, retroactively, right? And that technically would be. But when y'all start adding a whole bunch of shit that don't matter to y'all case, we gotta whiff of that. And I'm gonna be honest, holy shit, that stank. So it is what it is, bruh. Y'all can say, you know, a lot of people will say, oh, well, that doesn't mean he didn't do it. Well, the state dropped the damn charges. Remember, these morons were on here saying, y'all, not of course, these morons are saying this could be the life sentence. He could actually beat the double murder and get life sentence on witness tampering. And I'm like, bruh, he'll get time served for a couple of years. So that'd have been 2023 and all the way up to 2026. At maximum, he was only going to get 11 years. He already done did an 8-year bid already. I don't care what somebody who done sent nasty pictures to their daughter and all this shit and had their charges dropped on the technicality because the police allegedly went in his phone. Well, not alleged, but the police went in his phone, found the photos, but the way that they did it wrong. It was fruit of the poisonous tree, and basically the way in which they got the stuff, it was illegal, so you can't actually have a trial. Doesn't mean you actually beat the case. You didn't have the charges dropped due to all of these things like that. You went on a technicality, and you were wrong, and you keep on being wrong. And I'm going to say it right now. Carrie Harder, goddamn dragging out shit, fire breathing. Don't be surprised if YNW Melly beat this damn trial in 2027. Don't be surprised, bro. I don't know what happened. I'm not rooting for anything. But I'd be a damn lie if I don't point out hypocrisies within the damn system. If he did it, fry him. Get his ass up out of here. You murdered your homeboys in cold blood. Bye. Hey, hit him with the death penalty. That's my opinion. But if they ain't proved their case, what you want me to do? You want me to be judge, jury, and executioner and go, oh no, this and that. It just is what it is. So I get cats want to be mad and all that because your son is gone and all this shit. But check this out. You would never have none of that damn fake ass shit that you pull online with me in real life. It wouldn't go that way. I can promise you that. But you're emotional and I'm logical. So I get it. And let's be fair, square, obvious, and honest. Drew Fillon, Carrie Hall, boy, the state ain't ready. This probably was a tactic to go ahead and make sure that they can still treat this like an active investigation all the way up until the trial date in 2027. So it is what it is, man. It was going to work itself out one way or another. Either he was going to be found guilty or he wasn't. And the way it's looking like, they was going to go in there and reveal a lot of plans. To me, honestly, it's just strategic. Because you weren't going to get a life sentence on these doggone witness tampering charges. To me, I believe personally, this was strategical by the state to say, we don't want to show all of these goddamn cards that we about to put together in our strategy and how we want to do and all this stuff. It's like you basically practicing against somebody before you actually play them in the big game or go against them at the main event, however which you want to say it. So to me, it makes sense on the state side to say, hell nah, you know what? Shit, we gonna get his ass double life. Ain't worried about this shit right here. That's just me. I could be wrong though. What do y'all think? Do y'all think, like, I'm thinking like, shit, the state just said, you know, it ain't worth all this shit. We catch his ass in the next year and we gonna pile it all up. Or do y'all think that it just wasn't the case anyways? Because one could say that y'all OD'd anyways, bringing his damn lyrics into question. And had nigga ain't wrote a song in jail. Not that we know of. But y'all, let me know y'all thoughts on this one. Click right here, though, to see how Tasha K tried to put a story out that we had to break down and destroy. It just is what it is. Click right here for that. Click right here for that. And y'all know H&O, man, help Nash out. And you go win one of these at 300K subs. We are 27K away or 26K away. We getting the subscribers, man. So subscribe today, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. Coming real soon.